Okay, so again, I wanted to go through this exercise with you so that you can ultimately visualize who you are becoming and who you want to be. Talked about this in a post the other day I made actually on Facebook about how
Yeah.
people like to apologize for wanting to grow. And I myself did it all the time. And it's like, I just thought, man, like I must not be a good Christian. I must not have my faith completely in the Lord, because if I did, I would not feel this pull to be something more. When really you have to distinguish between trusting in God for everything He gives to us, but still understanding that these desires on our heart, some of them He has put there. You know what I mean? We have the sinful desires, but then we have the desires and the vision, the pull on our hearts to change and transform into who we've been called to be, right? This part of the identity of excellence, standing firm in the calling on our life and not being apologetic about it either. Okay, so like this is a part of that. It's going to seem weird. It's going to seem clunky. This is probably not something you're used to doing, but I wanted to walk you through this because ultimately this is something you can even do on your own, but I wanted to facilitate this with you because ultimately what we are seeking to do is what's called future pace. Future pace is one of many different strategies to conjure motivation and to create motivation. I do this in several different ways. I'll spend 20 minutes writing down every single experience I want to have in my lifetime. Like an example of an experience I want to have. I want to be married to Jacqueline for the rest of mine and her lives, right? Another experience, I want to wake up, I want to wake up, overlooking an ocean and beach and drink my coffee over, right? Like seriously, like, and so
Yes.
that's like an experience that I want to have. But it's like this idea of like us being able to look forward into and focus on what we want, but also what we've been called to do and what we've been called to be. Because this whole thing is all about be, do, have. This is part of the being. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes.
Cool. So let's do this. The manifesto, it says, I'm an EP athlete. I boldly pursue growth. I create change with my mindset, attitude, and effort. I stand firm on the calling on my life. I believe excellence is not only possible, but attainable for me. I am just one decision away from elevating to excellence, and I will craft my legacy today. So go ahead and for me, close your eyes. And I want to imagine you woke up in the morning and you head downstairs or you head to the bathroom and you go through your morning routine, whether it's brushing your teeth or just washing your face or whatever it is. So you look up and you're looking at yourself in the mirror. So keep your eyes closed and just imagine yourself. You see yourself in the mirror. And at this point, you've been staying committed, working hard, seeing progress for all of May, June, July, August. We transition back into work. September and October. We're at the end of October, near October 31st. And you look at yourself in the mirror, and we're 6 months down the road. Okay. Now, as we are 6 months down the road, you are no longer 216 pounds 6 months down the road. In 6 months, I want you to tell me, you're looking in the mirror. How much does that person in the mirror weigh?
In 6 months?
In 6 months, and you see yourself looking at yourself in the mirror, how much does that person weigh? How many pounds has that person lost?
Gosh,
From 216 pounds.
how many pounds? Let's say I'm down to 190.
You're at 190 pounds. Okay. What kind of things, what kind of things is this person thinking about right now with regards to their fitness?
I'm strong.
Yes, you feel strong. When you woke up, you feel strong. You look lean, right? And you're
Right.
seeing someone who is more lean and strong, and therefore you just feel confident about the day ahead of you and the workout that you have. How does this
Right.
person in 6 months, how does this person feel about their body?
Happy.
Okay.
You know? She hasn't been under 200 pounds in 20 some years.
Absolutely. So you feel happy. What are you happy about?
That I committed to something and that I stuck with it.
Because you stopped breaking promises to yourself, because you've made a promise to yourself to change and to improve and to get under 200 pounds. And you're looking at yourself right now and you're feeling happy that you are keeping that promise to yourself. That you're probably happy that you just PR'd in one of your workouts in the last few days.
I hope so.
Yes. How does this person have new clothes? Are they going to have to go get new clothes?
We're going to say yes.
Yes, because the other ones are falling off your body. Way too big. Way too big. Okay. How does this new person feel? Like, how does this person in 6 months, as they're looking at themselves, how do they feel about how things are going in the marriage with hubby? They feel good or bad?
Oh, I'm going to say they feel good because we're both on a fitness journey. I mean, right now we're both on a fitness journey.
Yeah,
so
you've stayed committed to it, and you've seen results, you've seen progress. Are you thinking about what else are you thinking about with regards to that? Are you thinking about how much energy you have, and just how good you feel about both you and your husband sticking to this and making changes?
Yeah, we at that point when we have made the transition, we'll be semi-empty nesters again when my child hopefully goes back off to college.
Yes, 6 months from now. Yes.
Yes.
Please, Jesus. Please.
I love having him here, but yeah, I want him to go on with his life.
Please, Lord Jesus. Hey, proclaim it right now. Proclaim it. Hey, empty nesters. So you're excited to be empty nesters again.
Yeah, we were a little bit this year.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me about how this person is feeling about the future. How do they feel about this person feel about their job? Keep your eyes closed. How does it feel about their job moving?
How does this person feel about their future? Well,
Yes,
I hope absolutely. I have a job.
Yeah.
I hope that I have a job. I hope I get to go back to the job that I have. I would say that I feel really good. I feel, maybe as youthful and strong. And when we first got married, I was in shape and the sky was the limit. So I'm hoping to get back to some sort of something like that, and
I love it. You said something super important. You talked about limits. Now, what other limits have you shed in the past 6 months as you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're 6 months down the road? What other limits have you shed?
I think that I've shed the fact that, at some points in my life, I said I couldn't dry land exercise. It just, at some points I didn't have the desire to do it. But something said, now is the time, and it's a now or never. Do it now, and so I've shed that limit. I am capable of these exercises, but maybe just in a different way than, I watch the people on the videos do them, the examples that way.
Yes. And so in 6 months, you're either closer than ever, or you're actually doing more and more of the programming that you're getting from your coach and able to just get stronger and stronger and feel better about those workouts. That's awesome. How does this person view food? How does this person view their nutrition? This person who has just made so much progress and stayed so committed, how is this person looking in the mirror? And when that person thinks about their food for the day and what they plan on eating and cooking and grocery shopping, how is this person feeling about that?
Understands that food is fuel, that I don't have to have it to pacify myself.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I mean, I've made a huge mind.
Absolutely. So this person over the next 6 months has learned not just to make progress, but to learn how to both enjoy healthier foods, but then not just that, still keep the foods that are the luxuries in terms of you just love the heck out of them, but you haven't allowed those foods, unlike in the past, keep you from getting results and making progress, and you haven't allowed them to rule your emotions, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So, uh, how does this person that you're looking at in the mirror, what's their attitude like heading into the day?
Um, I'm going to say good, happy that they're alive for another day.
Grateful. I love it.
Grateful. Yeah, absolutely. Grateful that I'm here, grateful for what I have, grateful for who I'm with, and grateful for what I get to do.
Yes. Awesome. And when you have taken on this personality over the last 6 months of growth, okay, you've been growing, you've been losing weight, you've been growing, like you just talked about, psychologically and emotionally, in your attitude and your gratefulness. But what other areas of your life have you experienced growth? You're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're 6 months down the road and you've committed yourself to continued growth and evolution and changing and improving. What other areas of your life have you experienced growth?
That's a hard one. I'm going to say my marriage,
Yes.
uh,
Just continued to grow closer and
right.
closer.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Anything else? Spiritually, professionally, relationally with anybody else? Where else have you experienced growth? Personal growth.
Um, Gosh, it's hard. Um, that my friendships are deeper,
Mm.
you know, that,
You've experienced growth because you've intentionally sought deeper relationships with certain friends.
right.
What does that feel like? What does the closeness with your friends, what does that make you feel like?
Um, Good. I mean, that have somebody that I can trust, somebody that has my back, somebody, um,
Awesome.
yeah.
Experiencing
Yeah.
the fruits of each one teach one, where Susan, you have so much to give in terms of wisdom. You have so much to give in terms of just a shoulder to lean on, to cry on, but you have this person's back and they have yours, and they're doing the same.
Hmm.
They're building you up and they're encouraging you, and they're there for you, whether it's to vent or to reprove you and set you straight. And you feel more fulfilled because your relationships are deeper, not just with your husband, but you're discipling other women, and you're feeling
Hmm.
you're being poured into as well. And so you're not pouring out from an empty cup.
Right.
Okay. Awesome. You can open your eyes. Thanks for
Okay.
going through that exercise. Yeah. So I wanted to make sure you knew that was awesome. I really appreciate you just really, even just me asking you questions on the spot like that. And it may have felt a little bit clunky, but I feel like it got more and more where we were vibing and in sync. So something like this with the identity of excellence, I recommend that you save it to your phone and maybe even put it as a screensaver on your phone. But the idea is that as we future pace and as we think about what we're moving towards, God is faithful to chip away the parts of our vision that are not from Him. And He's faithful to help keep in mind and keep steady the things that are from Him. I think that's something that I think people get nervous about, is like, well, this is what I want, but like, am I wanting this out of like selfishness, or am I wanting this because this is what God is calling me to do? And we've got to trust that He is faithful to prune, right? To prune, like as we are attached to the vine, He's faithful to prune the parts that are going to wither and die or hurt us. Okay.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, I do have another call. I think yes, we perfectly finished that up right on time.